All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I just want to start with two quick things. First one is I quickly want to tell my dad I love him. He literally watches almost every single one of these without knowing what any of this means. So just a quick shout out there. And then look, I get way more views when I make positive videos than negative videos, all right? I'm not here to be a fanboy and just say good things when clearly bad things are happening, all right? That's something I say across every single stock, and it's something I'm truly proud. I personally have lost a lot of money back in the day just listening to the fanboys, rah, rah, good, 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 don't worry, good, 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 I'm averaging down, good, 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 averaging down, good, 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 this is the bottom, good, good, good. I know I'm going on a loop, right? But dude, it's crushed me, and my goal is to not be one of those for others. Today was a bad day, all right? Now, do I think the earnings were good? Do I think the earnings were bad? That doesn't matter. I know the market reaction to it was really bad, all right? So that's the underline on this, all right? I'm going to cover the other three as well, but clearly it's all about Tilray here, all right? So I am excited for this one. I think this one's an important learning lesson, just again, across every single ticker. But otherwise, you know it, right? I'm excited as always to talk about these, but before we go any further, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and support and resistance lines, as well as the occasional diagonal trend line that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can actually share the video, because I am not the best with it. And if you haven't already, check out the Discord groups. Links are in the YouTube comments. So I'm going to give my little disclaimer one more time, all right? Look, I would get so many more views if I gave only good videos, all right? Good meaning positive, right? Like good news, good news, good news actually means more views, more views, more views, all right? Today was a bad day, and I am extremely curious about what all your opinions about the earnings are, all right? You know me if you've watched the videos before. If you haven't, I will be so honest with you. I did not look at, I did not listen to, I know very, very little about the earnings. I saw one headline, I clicked into the one headline, and I have one single fact that I'm going to provide to the table. But as always, I feel like we're building a beautiful two-way street where I give you technicals, you give me fundamentals, and it's a beautiful thing, right? But let me know what you thought of the earnings. From what headlines say, I'll be honest, it seemed like there actually was more good news than bad news. I actually, I don't want to use the word struggled, because again, it was one of the first bullets I saw with what I believe was the bad thing that the market reacted to. But yeah, overall, I think the earnings wasn't that bad, okay? The biggest thing that I saw was the earnings per share was missed. The EPS, okay? Listen, I am not here pretending I know more than the average bear, all right? I really, really, really do not know how to read a financial table. I don't know. I am not an accountant, right? Like, earnings per share really seems to be the one, like, that's the thing that matters, all right? Now, I have seen, and I think we literally saw it with Tilray. Again, I'm like, you know, I'm not 100% with my info in terms of this, right? But I'm pretty sure I saw revenue go up, I want to say more than 30%. Now, I don't know if that was net. I don't know if that was gross. Again, I might be even wrong with the numbers, but I saw something improve like 34%. I know that 34% improvement was several bullets above earnings per share was missed. I have lost money when I traded earnings because of that silly little EPS miss. And again, that's some of the stuff that's just engraved in the back of my head. And you know, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong with it. To me, I think that's what, listen, it matters less what we think and it matters more what the market thought. And I'm actually not looking at this negative 10. Negative 10's a bad number, you know that. Even negative 7's a bad number, right? What's really, really bothering, we went below these 3 moving averages. I remember being asked it on the Discord earlier, right here, because I know I answered it pretty well. So look, I was asked earlier in the day, right? Like 9 o'clock is super early. My problem was that early in the morning, I was okay with it because by the time I woke up, I think we were holding 230 pretty well. We were seemingly trying to hold the trend line. We were seemingly trying to hold the 8 moving average. We then at some point start to come into that 224, 225 range under both, not quite down here yet. And I was relatively okay here because again, I thought the earnings was good. I thought the earnings per share was the only bad thing I saw. Once, and again, it happened not that long after he asked. It was what, 40 minutes after the 9 o'clock. We had already slipped into there. Before, it's now 1 o'clock my time, right? Again, I'm Pacific, market is Eastern, right? But we lost these 3 lines early in the day. We lost them within the first 3 hours of trading, right? And we never got back. And this is the back. Because again, you know, I say it all the time. It's really, really hard to get over a single line. It's very difficult to get over multiple lines. It's so much harder to get over 3. That same thing is on the way down. And look, we actually lost 4 candles on a single, 4 moving averages. We lost these 3 plus the 8. Look, I think the other thing that speaks to the good earnings was we opened up here. We opened at 246. We gap up from this 234 close. We open here. We run into the 250s. Lo and behold, we close here. I think the gap up echoes the fact that, man, I think the earnings were not that bad, right? But 2 things. Number 1, I hate earnings. You heard me say a bunch of times, look, this thing has been a technical beauty. This thing has been a bullish side on my side since almost mid-November. I'm basically saying since around here. I even started drawing a second trend line, right? That this one's easy to delete at this point, right? Because it was only 2 candles, blah, blah, blah. Like, this thing was a technical beauty. It was a positive MACD. It was a healthy RSI. Volume was doing, everything was good, but I couldn't stop stressing. Earnings is a completely different game. Earnings is a completely different gamble. Earnings is so 50-50. And worst of it all is earnings. I've seen good earnings bring red candles. I've seen bad earnings bring green candles. It is so unpredictable. And this highlights that so much, all right? So the real money question now is, what am I expecting next, right? I will be very honest with you. I generally assume that earnings aftermath follows. I do, all right? If this was a big green candle, I would have been like just ringing the cowbell for $4. I don't think I would have been talking $5 just yet, but I would have been screaming, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm not sure if we're retesting all the way down to 130. Maybe I even have to talk about this 177 as easy as I swear I would have gone up 2 lines. I think it's my like responsibility, right? Like, I don't know what the word is, right? But it's hard to not think 177 fears anymore, right? Maybe 186. I'm holding it and looking at it, right? It's kind of half of this. It's actually, oops, don't click there. It's pretty much the bottom of that right there. It's almost arguably half of that right there. maybe 186 is where we're going to. I'm shocked we lost these three. And again, we lost them so early in the day, 9:30 my time, 1 o'clock now, same place, all right? What really needs to happen, what really needs to happen is we got to get back into this 225 range. Truth be told, we got to get back to 132 and 232, dyslexic moment right there. 232 is the true money line. Man, 125. Yeah, it's again where I clicked. A little bit higher than half there, almost the bottom of that, 125, 126. That's kind of my like minimum acceptance, you know? But dude, it's hard to not think 180 something, 186, 185 more than I can think 225. This was a bad reaction. All right, this is a bad reaction. We lost 4 moving averages. Look, I always say you can't let one single day dictate, you know? It's about confirmation. It's about more than a single day. This one scares me. This one accelerated really quickly. I do not like, look at the 4th line in the box over there. The low of the day at 210 is the close of the day at 210. There is no way. People were selling and 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 selling until the market rang. They closed the door and they said, come back tomorrow. That's scary. Even if we got back up into this 218 range, putting us back over these 3 lines, I don't think that's enough for me. I really need an at the minimum 225 for real. Like I said, 230, 232, 233. That's the real line. This was a bad candle. I'm hoping you guys you girls echo my thoughts that, hey, look, it wasn't that bad on earnings. But again, I gotta stress it one more time. It really matters less what you and me think. It matters what the market thinks. And this is not a good thing. Today, the last thing I'll end it with, okay? I'm just making sure I say it before it's correct, and unfortunately it is. I've basically been saying I've been bullish since this mid-November hold and go, right? Let's just say we go with December. Today's sell of 55 million shares, today's up here, was way more volume than any of the days during this month and a half run up. All right, from back here all the way through yesterday, nothing has come to 55 million shares. The highest day, the best day, you can see it right there, was 45 million shares. We actually got more than 20% volume today, right? We gained a little bit more than 9 million shares, 4.5. Today was a bad day. And again, my general thought, this goes well beyond Tilray, but obviously specifically to Tilray, the market reaction tends to follow. I'm still holding my general belief that this will be an important election year for weed. Maybe that helps. And then let me know if the earnings were bad because of alcohol and alcohol only. Now, I have said good alcohol news on Tilray will lift the other stocks. Maybe. And again, I'm not trying to be a fanboy here. I think I'm trying to like make an assumption, see if I'm right, and then we'll adjust on the next earnings, right? But maybe bad alcohol only news on Tilray can still be okay for the weed sector as a whole. That's a maybe, all right? I'm not going to look at the weekly because today was a daily chart only day. Today was all about earnings. Today was all about market reaction. Today did not care about the last month and a half of any technicals. It did not care about the colorful lines. Today was earnings. Tomorrow is earnings confirmation, and you can imagine how important I think it is, right? I am bearish right now. I am negative right now. I am expecting 180 something, if not all the way down to 170 something. I'm not thinking all-time lows. I'm not thinking coming down to 151. I think that's a little extreme, but let's see what tomorrow's candle will look like. I think best shot is a 120 close tomorrow. I just don't want that to be like what they call a bull trap, right? Where you start to get excited. Because again, I'm not going to get excited till the 230s. All right. Let me know your opinions. Went a little long. I at least want to touch the other ones. And I think my plan will be to just combine all these together and do a deeper analysis. All right. But look, one thing I kept stressing was Tilray's reaction will echo across the set. As much as I believe Tilray is king, Tilray is queen, Tilray is at the top, right? Good follows, bad follows. And I'm seeing a bad, like we were once trying to believe that this was going to recover, twice trying to believe that this was a recovering, right? Get over the eight's an important thing, but nah, we see a doji down. We're once again wondering if this 450, I talked about this 455 line a lot over the last 2 videos. Resistance, 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 resist, and break. 4 complete rejections, finally goes on the 5th. Saved once, saved twice. We're now here for a 3rd time. I don't believe it's a 1-to-1 thing. Just because we rejected 4 times, took off on the 5th one, that doesn't always make me believe we're going to reject 4 and lose it. Like, we could lose it on this one. We might lose it on the next one. Like, I don't know. I'm still here believing Tilray's bad day is going to come down a little bit more. You know that has to echo across the other 4, right? CGC has me worried for sure, all right? SNDL, listen, I was excited. You know I was excited, right? Like, I think I made the last video over the weekend, right? I didn't make it yesterday. I felt like we were going to go over the moving average. We did go over all the moving averages. This was very much unwarranted. This was very much undeserved. This was very much expected. This is something I very much stressed, right? Tilray good will lift this thing off. Tilray bad will bring this thing down. That's what I'm looking at right now. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, I'm not here saying it's justified. I'm not here saying it's deserved. I'm just here saying I've seen it so many times across so many sectors, across better tickers. And I say that with love, right? Like more established tickers, more financially sound, more stocks with less federal regulations, right? Like, oh man, like I'm sorry is the only thing I can say, because dude, this literally had nothing to do that, right? Like this had nothing to do with SNDL, and that's the ugly side of the market, right? Like that's what makes me a technical swing trader more than a holder, right? Like there's just silliness. So again, I'm not looking at any of the weeklies. Dude, high tide was escaping them all. I'm telling you, I believe the reason these were the reason we haven't been able to go back to back is Tilray. This doesn't look as bad as the rest. This is now the first time we've lost the moving average in quite a while. This was the last day we were under some. You know what I mean? It's been since the middle to end of December, whatever you want to call the 20th, right? It's kind of on that border right there. Over them all, over them all, over them all. Today we're under the 8. I'm telling you, I'm not here spreading fear or anything like that, right? I'm not here saying there's a reason to justify it, right? To me, this Tilray bad market reaction ripples. And that ripple has brought us under a moving average for the first time in a while. Again, this one's actually holding up a little bit better than the other 2, right? But at the same time, I've been expecting this to take off, and it hasn't. It's done it before, right? It knows how to actually get over all 5 and relatively fly. Going from 140 all the way to 230, that's a lot of percent right there. I can't even do the math in my head that fast, right? But it knows what to do to overall the moving averages. We've been here long and too long for it to not do it. I believe Tilray's the reason, all right? A lot of lines to catch it here. Hopefully one of them does, but yeah, I think tomorrow we'll see the reaction, all right? So let me know your thoughts and opinions across any of these 4. I appreciate you all so much, all right? Thank you.